What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome to a potential new draft system for FIFA 17 or even FIFA 16 if EA could implement it and beyond. Now of course I don't have any kind of standpoint on how EA do things, and I know through experience that they're not allowed to officially take ideas from people genuinely in fear of getting sued. It's so stupid, but that's, you know, the legals are the legals. But we can put this idea out there and then EA can use it and, you know, not give me any credit, and I'd be happy with that, because first of all, it's not my idea, and second of all, it would be great to have it in FIFA. So if they took it and were like, nah, we've never seen that NepentheZ video, wink wink, I'd be totally okay with that. Totally okay with that. Anyway, so a Redditor by the name of Momo Hendo posted a Reddit thread, and basically it alludes to the fact of he gets frustrated that he gets knocked out very early in the draft quite a lot, that he doesn't get to experience the players for the 4 games, like, you know, after he's given EA 15,000 coins or his 300 FIFA points. And it sparked some interest and some debate in the actual thread. And I think first and foremost, the draft right now is very bad. Not least because I can't win it anymore, but mainly because the prizes you get, you just don't make profit. Like, out of all the drafts that I've won, only a couple of them have given me like crazy profit, and I've won drafts several times and not even made profit. It's only 15,000 coins. If you win 4 games, you should be able to make profit. But that's not what we're really here to talk about. So what you see on the screen right now is, you know, welcome to the draft, choose your foot draft. So there could be 2 potentials here, a cup draft or a league draft. We'll go through the cup draft first in the same method as what we have. You can see the cup draft says run the draft as a 4-stage knockout tournament. The league draft is run the draft as a 12 points 4 win league system with no knockouts. And as we move on to the first screen, you'll see a knockout style draft. Now this is no, you know, this doesn't look any different to what people have already seen before. It's the same, you know, right now in drafts, you get up to winning 4 drafts, you get your prize, you're done. If you lose in game 1, you get the 0 wins prize. Imagine if you play all 4 games, no matter how many you lose, and you get the prize based on how many you win. So if you lose the first game, but win the second game, and then lose the third game, but win the 4th game, you would get the 2 wins prize because you won 2 of the 4 games. The reason why this will be beneficial is because for those people that just genuinely aren't very good at FIFA, don't have much money, don't have much time, and want to try the best players, they can then build their draft and get 4 games no matter what with their amazing players. And if, let's say, you go out in round 1 to a disconnect right now, that's too bad. You have to contact EA's help chat support and you'll maybe get your draft token back. But more often than not, you get disconnected and that's just the end of it. In this occasion, if you get disconnected in round 1, doesn't matter. You can come back into the draft, you can play 3 more games and still actually have a chance of winning a prize. And I think it will just be really good for people to have that opportunity to play with 4 games with the team that they draft, because sometimes it takes you a while to get used to it. Maybe you've got a new formation that you've never used before, maybe you've taken a player that you never used before, and it would be really nice to have a game or 2 to get used to the team and find the right kind of feel with it, and then go on and win your next couple of games and still get a second round prize. And due to the fact that the prizes are so goddamn bad, it won't even affect EA in any way, shape or form. And if anything, it would encourage people that don't currently play draft to play more draft, for the simple fact that they know that they're going to get their money's worth every single time. Because for those of you that can't afford Ronaldo's, Messi's, Team of the Years and such, if you draft a 191 right now with like 4 or 5 blue players and you know you're going to get 4 drafts with them, that is worth your 15,000 coins regardless of the price of the packs you get, like, in my opinion anyway. So that would be the way I would suggest the tournament knockout stage progress to go. Failing that, as we move on to the next screen, you could have a league style points prize progress. So you can get every number of points up to 12 with exception of 11. I know it says 11 points on there, but there's no combination of wins, losses and draws that allows you to get 11 points in this instance. And each point could be indicative of, sorry, not indicative, each point could be valuable of a certain pack. And obviously it can still be random like it is now, but then in that instance it would mean that draws actually have value in the game. In the previous knockout style, if you drew a game, you'd have to still go to extra time and penalties to either win or lose because it's a knockout style tournament. But in this method, if you drew 4 games, you would finish with 4 points. You would get a prize equal to what you would have for 4 points. If you won 3 games and lost 1 game, you would have 9 points. You'd get a prize equal to what it would be for 9 points. If you drew 2 games and won 2 games, you'd have 8 points. You know, basically each point would have a value to the pack. And once again, it would just allow people to have that opportunity to feel like they're getting their money's worth from the draft. Because right now, on Draft to Glory for me, my last 3 drafts, I've gone out in the second round, the first round, and the second round, and I've made next to no coins back. I've lost around 10,000 coins on each draft. If I didn't have as much access to coins and FIFA points as I did right now, I probably would stop playing the draft, because it's not beneficial for me right now, because I'm just not seeing anything out of it. For those that win it a lot, for example, Huge Gorilla has on his YouTube channel a series where he's basically doing a Draft to Glory, but on his main account, and he's just like tracking the progress of each of his drafts. He wins it near every time, and he hasn't pulled a single decent player yet. Nothing. And the packs that EA give out right now for winning the draft, you get the 2 25s and the 2 5s, or the 2 other 25s and a 7.5, or you get like a 50k and a 5k pack, which is shit. I know you're thinking, wait, but 50k and a 5k pack, that's 55k's worth of packs for your 15k entry. In that sense, it's decent, but the players are so cheap right now that you have to pack an elite player to even make your money back. Now, in a 50k pack, you could pack someone like Legend Valderrama, and he's only worth 100,000 coins. Just goes to show, like, you could play 2 or 3 drafts, and you'd only just about make your money back by packing a legend, like in this scenario. So again, it just goes to show why not do something like this? Why not give people more for their money? Because it's not like they're getting anything out of the packs anyway, and I don't think it would change the packs too much to the point where all of a sudden everyone's going to have infinite coins, because the packs are so goddamn trash. So few people make money from the packs that even if a lot more people started getting a lot better packs, it wouldn't change anything, in my opinion. Obviously, I don't know, I don't have the data to confirm that. I don't know the ins and outs of what EA have got, but in my opinion, it wouldn't really change too much. So those are the 2 options that we've got, guys. And then a final thing that I'd like to see added in, which I know a lot of people that try and go for the high-rated drafts and a lot of YouTubers and stuff would like, is the forfeit draft option. Now, this would be good for a few reasons. It might be bad for a few reasons as well. We'll talk about the bad first. It could be bad because it could severely limit the number of people getting games. Like, if you're a YouTuber and you constantly build a draft and forfeit, build a draft and forfeit, build a draft and forfeit, somebody looking for a game might not find a game because there's, you know, too many people are forfeiting. That's kind of a negative. But for a positive, if you've played, say, 2 games and, like, you know, you just don't like the team and you've lost the first 2 games and you just really can't be bothered to play the last 2 games because you're not enjoying what you've built, you just forfeit the draft and start again. If you just make a draft and you want to go for another draft, forfeit the draft and start again. And that would be good for EA because they get more coins out of the game so quick, because someone like Castro currently will build a draft. If it's not a 190 or a 191, he'll go into a game. Sometimes he scores no goal, sometimes he doesn't. That's another positive/negative thing. And then he'll quit the draft and go again. If he could just forfeit that draft, it's better for EA because they get his money quicker. Now, in terms of the like scoring own goals and leaving thing, that's both a negative and a positive in both ways. First of all, it's a dick move if you don't score an own goal. I haven't scored an own goal a couple of times myself because sometimes you just forget and sometimes you just can't be bothered. If your opponent's got the ball and they just like passing around and stuff, you're like, no, fuck this, let me just dash forward, done. But like when I come up against people and they forfeit straight away and they don't score an own goal, I just think, you know what, you've just wasted my time. You could have scored an own goal, got me through to the second round, it would have been nothing on you, would have been great for me, job done. But also, if people do forfeit like that, you're potentially sending people through that don't deserve to be through. Like, I don't know, for me that's a weird one. Like, because sometimes I get to like the semi-finals or finals and I think, how has this person made it this far? That's pretty much how, if somebody goes and forfeits and sends someone through, and at the same time somebody else forfeits and sends someone through, and those 2 guys are really, really shit, and then they match up, a really shit person is now guaranteed to get through to the semi-final. It changes how the draft's done. So for people that might then consider this new knockout tournament style and this new league style, it might be bad because then it's not seeded, and you know, you might come up against, like right now you get to the final, you expect a tough game and you expect to earn the win, and in this instance you could come up against 4 noobs every single time. There's an argument to be made that you could come up against noobs regardless. Like, even in this current stage, it's there, you know, and sometimes people have bad games, good games. There could be many reasons why people want to forfeit the draft, why people would lose in the first round, whether it's, you know, a disconnect or just a bad game, or you haven't found the right groove with that team. And I think this would be a great way to really encourage people to continue playing the draft, to play more of the draft, and to give the draft a true value to the 15,000 coins. Failing that, give us a free draft token every time we win the draft. This is the end of the video, guys. If you did enjoy this and if you'd love to see this in FIFA, drop a thumbs up. Mad props to Momo Hendo for posting this on Reddit. I asked if I could put it into a video. He said absolutely. So here it is, Momo Hendo. Incredible thread, an incredible idea for FIFA. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.